Checking weather right now, we have seen strong thunderstorms move through the New York City area. Still a lot of threatening clouds over the city, as you can see right now. Looking a little bit better here as we overlook Brooklyn Bridge and the East River, and we are continuing to monitor the tower cameras here through New York City, showing all of the wet pavement here in Times Square as rain begins to taper off just a bit. It looks like the worst of the storms are through your area, though, as you can see from this harbor shot. Still a lot of clouds, and maybe even over toward the left of the screen, seeing some rain still coming down in the area. So not completely done with the rainfall yet around New York City, nor are we done by any stretch of the imagination with the possibility of severe weather this evening. We're still having that watch out until 9 o'clock, and it covers Long Island up into western portions of Connecticut. Severe thunderstorm watch that goes until 11 for much of Maine, all the way down into Rhode Island. Boston, you're in that watch. Albany, you're in the tornado watch until 10 o'clock, and we do have the severe thunderstorm watches that extend down through Maryland, Delaware, into Virginia, all the way into North Carolina. That goes until 10 o'clock this evening, too. It's a line of thunderstorms that continues to bring you the threat of some damaging winds. 60-mile-per-hour winds not going to be out of the question here, and warnings are out for that as this line of thunderstorms now moves into the New Hampshire area. We got to look out around Keene, Manchester, Portsmouth, and Portland too. As we head through the evening hours, we could see these thunderstorms hold up to bring you the chance of those gusty winds. Now we're looking at this line of thunderstorms coming into areas around Springfield, down toward Hartford, Worcester. You're in line for this. Boston eventually. So we'll be watching these thunderstorms continuing to make their way eastward. Here's the timeline for Hartford, about 6:58. Norwich could see these thunderstorms at 7:45. Providence at 8:26, and Boston at 8:39. So there's a timeline of what to anticipate the gustiest winds and when they could happen. New York City, as we mentioned, the worst is over for you. You're still under a warning here for a little while longer for the threat of some damaging winds in the southeastern part of the state. Kings County, Canarsie, a second tornado happened there in the southeastern portion of the state here this evening. That was an EF1, 110 miles per hour. Now we're looking at areas here toward the south, and look at this. Vineland could see these strong thunderstorms move toward you at 6:22, Egg Harbor at 6:55, and Atlantic City, New Jersey into 7:10. So thunderstorms headed out toward the shorelines here in New Jersey as we head through the evening hours. The worst storms have passed through the Washington, D.C. area. Now they're out over Delaware. Still a lot of rain falling around D.C., and earlier with those flash flood warnings, we still could exacerbate the flash flooding problem there. Richmond, Virginia, no warnings for you, but look off toward the northeast. Strong thunderstorms with warnings for damaging winds exist for you, and more heavy rain coming into the southern part of Virginia here, of Richmond, very shortly. Then we're seeing these thunderstorms into the Carolinas, just off toward the west of Raleigh. Thunderstorms moving your way, and we're also finding the chances of some gusty winds with some of those as well. So we're continuing to keep an eye on the Carolinas all the way into the south, and although this line of thunderstorms is broken up a bit into Georgia, Florida, but look, it extends all the way back down into New Orleans as thunderstorms move into your area too. So we've got a lot to concern ourselves with here this evening, but what about for the days to come? Let's check that out now, Danielle.
All right, we're going to zip on through the next couple of days, Nick, and find that, tonight is certainly the most active of what we're dealing with in the terms of the weekend outlook. Certainly as we get into tomorrow, things are going to quiet down for a lot of you. But once we get past tonight into tomorrow, we still have some folks here, North, South Carolina, southeastern Georgia, that are still going to be dealing with some thunderstorms. So send us some of your pictures that you're seeing. I'd love to see some of those pictures around Savannah right now as the storms are moving through, but all we ask is that you do it very safely. Once we transition through tomorrow, we're still going to keep these cooler temperatures, which I know a lot of you have been enjoying as we have transitioned out west finally to a much well-deserved cool down. Monday is actually relatively quiet. We will continue to keep tabs on some stormy developments across the southwest and also into the northwest. You definitely could stand to see that rain, as it's been a while for many of you, and you have some brown vegetation out there. Definitely hot across the northern plains on Monday, and your temperatures in the central U.S., Nick, are going to eventually start to creep back up towards the middle of the week. We'll also have a few developing thunderstorms across the central plains come Wednesday, also across northern Iowa, and then, of course, we will also keep tabs on a few things popping up into Florida. We're back next with more severe weather coverage when